Dark Patterns with Duolingo. This video is based on a survey of 29 University of Washington Bothell students in the Computer Science and Software Engineering, Applied Computing, and Business Administration majors between the ages of 20 and 34. These students reported any dark patterns they experienced within a 5-day period. Several of the incidents were about Duolingo, and I used one of those incidents as the basis for this video, alongside my own experiences with the app. Okay, picture this. You decide to be good and practice a little French for the day. Keep up your streak. So you open Duolingo, start a new lesson, answer a question or two, and suddenly the sounds of atoms tearing apart reaches your ears. The bombs have dropped, civilization has ended, and suddenly you're not so much in the mood to practice French. But as you go to exit the lesson, the owl is waiting for you with a simple plea. Keep learning. This is a dark pattern. Dark patterns, as defined by the Federal Trade Commission, are sophisticated design practices that can trick or manipulate consumers into buying products or services or giving up their privacy. In other words, when you as a consumer are facing manipulation designed to get you to do something you wouldn't otherwise do, you are a casualty of dark patterns. The primary dark pattern that Duolingo is using here is asymmetric choice, where it gives you two choices that do not feel at all equal. You see how the keep learning button is so massive and high contrast, and the quit button is so tiny and low contrast? You might not even realize the quit button is something that you can interact with, but it's the only way to end the lesson early. And that's not the only way they're trying to keep you in the lesson either. As you're taking this all in, there's someone watching you, right next to the Keep Learning button, drawing your eyes towards it. Asymmetric choice isn't just present in UI elements, but the entire design of the page, including any little creatures that can worm their way right into the emotional response parts of your brain. But Duolingo's free, right? It may have ads, but if you've ever used any other app in your life, it could be worse, is the point. So what's the cost? Just a tiny bit of your time? If Duolingo keeps you until the end of a lesson, it'll get to show you an advertisement. It also means you've spent a little bit of the energy resource in the app to do the lesson, more of it if you made a lot of mistakes. It may not fully recover by the next time you do a lesson, so if you do lessons regularly, you may slowly run out of energy. When you run out of energy in a lesson, you have to pay to not lose that progress. You're going to come back to do lessons, because once you finish one, your streak goes up, you get gems, and Duo the Owl is so proud of you. Giving Duolingo money becomes an inevitability. And it worked on me. My Duolingo streak is currently 2,144 days. Tomorrow, it will surely be 2,145 days. That's about 5.85 years. And yes, during that time, I did spend money. I didn't report any incidents of Duolingo dark patterns for this specific study, but other people reported 3 incidents from a total of 48 incidents. That doesn't seem like a lot, but the only sites or apps with more reported incidents were Instagram and YouTube. This is not an uncommon experience. The question I pose to you is, do you think it would work on you? The danger of asymmetric choice and brainworm mascots is that they're everywhere. So this is what I urge you to do. If you see something really anywhere that was designed by a human being and it's appealing to you, take a second to think about why it was made appealing. It's never for no reason.